Good Monday evening, everyone. Weather for Weather Geeks time here on this, what is today? The 6th day of February. Hope you enjoyed the big game yesterday. Had a good weekend. It was certainly an entertaining second half. The weather here today was pretty exciting in that the sun was out, which, in Northeast Ohio and Western PA is a pretty rare little treat for this time of the year. We will take it, and let's get right to the stats today. We did a 50 this afternoon. Actually, forecast busted a little bit today. We had 45 in the forecast, but we overachieved by a good 5 degrees. I was mentioning earlier on today that, we're into the time of the year now. We're 6-7 weeks away from the winter solstice, and the sun's getting higher in the sky. It's getting stronger. We're picking up 2 minutes plus of daylight per day now, and it starts to make a difference at this time of the year. When the sun is shining, it just seems a little bit more like spring rather than winter. The sky looks a little different than on a sunny day in December. That sun angle really starting to make a difference. Today reminded me of a late March day rather than an early February day. Anyway, here's a time-lapse video today from over Youngstown in the YSU campus. Nothing but sunshine just about all day today. We did have a few fair weather clouds, but I mean just a few until mid to late afternoon, and that's when the sky did start to feature more clouds as some high clouds started to drift in from the west. All right, as clouds continue to thicken up tonight, we'll have to watch out for a couple of showers moving across the Columbus area here when I recorded this at 7:40, and some of these can make a beeline towards our neck of the woods in a few hours. Warm front is off to our south and west, and as this warm front continues advancing to the north and east, I think it's going to pick up more and more moisture, and I think it's going to turn pretty wet here by the end of the night tonight. Pretty good moisture surge with this warm front. Look at these dew points, a little more like spring than midwinter. Dew points getting into the 60s, Memphis and Little Rock. I don't think they're going to get into the 60s here, but we could see dew points of 50 plus tomorrow. That's kind of muggy for this time of the year. High-res futurecast over the next 12 hours or so. Passing shower or two, midnight or so. Then probably a lull, and then the main band of rain pushes in. Unfortunately, not good timing on this. This will be for rush hour tomorrow morning. It could be pouring for the kids at the bus stop and as you head off to work tomorrow morning. It's going to be a soggy one. It's going to be a warm one, though. Temperatures actually, after bottoming out this evening, will rise later on tonight. It might be close to 50 degrees at the start of the day. So here comes our warm front. After a soaker to kick off the day, I think there could be at least a handful of hours where it doesn't do a whole lot tomorrow. I don't think the chance of rain is 100% every hour of the day by any stretch. As we get into the afternoon, showers might become a little more likely again, and I can't even rule out some thunder with this in the wake of the cold front then. All eyes on Wednesday, this little tricky system. Little plume of moisture coming across. Now, there are some model discrepancies on what to do with this, but I'm starting to see more and more consensus amongst the models. Even though they still have their differences, the overall idea here is that this will be mostly a problem for southeast Ohio, southwest PA, West Virginia, and then eventually the mid-Atlantic region as well. While it might try to snow lightly here on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, I don't think it's high impact. We'll get some snow showers and flurries in a much colder day Thursday. Now, Thursday's temperatures in the lower 20s, wind chills in the teens. That's 48 hours after approaching 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon, so a pretty big change. Now tomorrow, I'm not concerned about severe weather here, but there is a slight risk of severe weather put out by the Storm Prediction Center for southwest and southern Ohio into southern Indiana. You see the yellow colors on these maps, particularly in February, and that gets your attention. So we'll have to watch for some gusty storms out there. Our rainfall totals here, a nice free car wash coming our way. I think we'll end up between a half an inch and an inch in most spots, with most of that again coming tomorrow morning. Things become a little more intermittent or scattered in nature for the midday hours. It'll be windy tomorrow, a screaming south to southwest wind, 30-plus mile per hour gusts, could even top out at 40 or so. Now, if you remember late last week, I was thinking that Wednesday would be the real windy day. Now it looks like Tuesday in the warm sector will be windier than Wednesday. The cold air is going to come in, but the low is not going to be as deep as it looked like, so I'm not as concerned about Wednesday's winds. Tomorrow, pretty windy, though. As you can see, Wednesday, the wind calms down towards the end of the day. So, again, kind of recapping here over the next couple of days. I can't rule out some thunder tomorrow afternoon. Our heavy rain threat is primarily confined to the morning hours, but just about any point tomorrow, there could be some gusts that top out over 40 miles per hour, perhaps 45, and a possibility of some light snow or just some flurries Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Now, your best chance of running into impactful snow if you're traveling on Wednesday will be if you're heading south of Pittsburgh and maybe across the PA Turnpike through Southern parts of Pennsylvania on I-70, that could be an issue Wednesday afternoon into parts of Wednesday evening as well. So again, the snowfall also becomes a problem as you head over towards the Mid-Atlantic region, maybe Baltimore, up to Philly, maybe New York City as well. But this should be a largely non-impactful thing for us. Let's actually hop out of here and head over here and talk about Friday and the weekend. Now, Friday is going to be kind of a transitional day. We'll reach a late day high, probably around 30. Let's look at Friday here. An uneventful start to the day. A little warm front comes in, though, and I could see where there's a touch of snow with this before Friday is through. But then as the warm front passes through, temperatures will actually keep rising Friday night. So it'll be a late day high of 30. Temperatures keep rising through the 30s overnight, and that'll set the stage for a pretty balmy weekend. This is Saturday, not much going on here. Maybe there's a shower here and there. Don't think it's a whole lot going on just yet. Maybe a better chance to get wet Saturday night with our next warm front. This is Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then maybe a few showers around on Sunday. But temperatures over the weekend should get north of 50, maybe even 55 or so by Sunday. We've been talking about this much advertised mid-February thaw. Here's the weekend air mass, well above average, east of the Rockies. That will retreat some early next week. But, I mean some. We may not even get back to normal, or average, I should say. Then here's Valentine's Day, Tuesday the 14th. Cold pocket of air over Texas, but look at the warm anomalies in western Canada, into the prairies, and then a lot of warm anomalies across the northern tier of states as well. Now, there might be a little cool down briefly here around the 16th, 17th, but I think the heart of this thaw for our region will be right through here. This is Sunday the 19th, so we're talking about 2 weeks from now. We could see the kind of air masses that break records. I haven't looked at the individual day records for around the 19th, 20th, but this looks very, very toasty by mid-February standards here. Coming up in a couple weeks. This is the European model. It has the support of the American model here, the climate forecast system. So, confidence is pretty high that we're in for a big-time mid-February thaw. What we're going to see tomorrow could be a real preview of what's to come in a couple of weeks. Good news if you're tired of winter. Bad news if you like snow and cold. Now, do I think it'll snow some in February? Yes, absolutely. We will not be snow-free from here on out. In fact, again, there could be several snow showers on Thursday. But this kind of pattern in a couple of weeks looks too warm to me to support much in the way of snow, at least as long as the heart of that very anomalously warm air mass is overhead. Well, thanks for tuning in for Weather Geeks tonight. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11. Have a great rest of your Monday night, and we'll be back with